Good day, everyone. Today, the 384 Phase team will be presenting the fourth phase of the project. The team consists of Anastasia, Nadia, Bunarta, Maxim, Titiot, and myself, Morgan. The fourth phase of the project consists of an entire project summary highlighting the most important aspects of the project, an evaluation of the internal and external stakeholders, and then a breakdown of why we consider the project a success, and then finally the lessons learned throughout the whole project. Right, so I'll be talking about the entire project summary of 384 Fest. The event will take place at the Show DC Arena in Bangkok, Thailand, and the date of the event is 29th of January 2023. 384 Fest is an event for people with similar tastes to come and see and hear live performances from their favorite artists. The event will take place from 3 p.m. until midnight, and we have 8 international artists and 4 Thai artists to accommodate all music genres for all our attendees. The goal of this project is to bring people with similar music tastes together to and to provide a safe and enjoyable environment for all the attendees and customers. The main goal of the project is actually to donate 35% of our profit to 5 local hospitals in the rural areas of Thailand. This is to assist them with medical supplies and general hospital expenses during the COVID-19 pandemic. And the main objective is to only allow vaccinated people to enter. This is to decrease the risk of distributing and contracting the COVID-19 virus. General risk, or actually the huge risks that are involved in this project, are equipment malfunction, which could be the stage, the lighting, or the speakers. And also another risk is government permit complications, which we need to actually hold the event. And if things change, if government regulations change, then our event cannot take place. Another risk is artist cancellations. Yeah, 384 Face is said to make slightly over 120 million Thai baht. The gross profit from ticket sales, merchandise sales, and sponsors is around 420,820,000 Thai baht, and the total operating expenses are 310,626,000 Thai baht. The entire project payback period is about 3.5 months. This is for us to break even. And the team dynamic consists of, the stakeholders, consist of the artists, the 384 Fest team, and the government, which have the highest influence and interest in this project. Team dynamic consists of 6 project managers, which specialize in different departments of this project, including finance, IT, marketing, organizing, analysts, and human resources. The ethical dilemmas involved in this project are confidentiality, falsifying cost accounts, and compromising safety standards, which all need to be managed closely.
Now we're going to talk about evaluation of 384 Fast and how we're going to evaluate the project in general. So firstly, we're going to talk about who are we evaluating. We're evaluating both internal and external stakeholders that took part in the planning and execution of our event. So for internal, we're going to evaluate staff and volunteer members that took part in planning and organizing the event. Then we're going to evaluate sponsors, the companies that took part to sponsor our event, and planning team, which is basically us. And for the external stakeholders, we're having the artists, the artists who performed at our event, attendees, people who attended our event, and vendors which is like businesses and companies that sold their goods during our event. So how are we gonna evaluate Grade for Fast? Firstly, we're gonna send feedback surveys, and that mainly applies to the attendees of the event, which is gonna be talking, and the feedback service will include the venue, like the rating of how they like the venue, and if they didn't, the event as a whole, like if they enjoyed the event in general. Then the feedback for the artists and the food and drinks of how much they like that. Then secondly, we're going to talk about evaluation of event results, which basically includes mainly numbers, which is registration numbers, how many people registered versus how many attended, then the revenue of how much we actually made, and social media reports, looking at our social media such as Instagram and Facebook, and budget of like if we were able to stick to the budget that we planned. Then we're going to talk about sponsor recognition, which is basically mainly evaluating the sponsors and how much did they enjoy the event. So were they pleased during the event and have we met their needs? And lastly, we're talking about the self-rating evaluation, which is basically mainly focuses on us, on the team and the staff and volunteers, which is basically rating our strengths and weaknesses and what we think we did well during event and what we think we didn't do well during event and how can we improve for the next time.
384 Fest have identified 6 different data collection methods, starting with questionnaire. In questionnaire, we will create an online form complete with a list of questions regarding the festival goer's experience in relations to the artist, schedule, lighting, speaker, and ambience, and what could have been improved. And those who actually participated have the chance to win a 384 Fest merch. 2, debriefing session. This is an internal meeting conducted once the festival is over. So each department will lay out every single problem they've encountered and how they encounter it and how it should have been counteracted to avoid reoccurrence in the future. 3, media reports and publicity. So we can analyze the hype talks, the social media posts, the articles, or any media publicity in general regarding the key takeaways of our festival, whether or not it gives a positive or negative publicity in the public's eye. 4, it would be interviews. So this interview can be conducted during the festival itself and preferably towards the end of the festival. And this is a natural and easy way to collect information, as we can capture raw emotions as well as ask follow-up questions. 5 will be observation and word of mouth. So observation can be conducted by the data collection staff based on the sheer satisfaction and enjoyment through observation. Word of mouth is harder to track and can be extremely valuable. So we can perhaps track them using IG posts or any Twitter feeds or any YouTube videos months after our festival has ended. 6, it will be the performers or venue feedback can be collected through giving a short survey, but straight to the point survey, given to the representative or manager of the artist, and ask them regarding the hospitality, the sheer atmosphere, and what could have been improved in this festival, because they have been to many festivals and they sure know that their input could be valuable to our 384 Fest development in the future. Even though 384 Fest delivered an exceptional planning and execution of the event, we believe there are room for improvement, starting with the locker rooms. Locker rooms could have been included in every single bathroom/vanity area of the venue to store belongings, reduce chance of misplacements that could be detrimental for not only us but the festival goer. 2, charging stations should have been included in every corner of the event so that festival goers can capture the precious moments with their phone fully charged. 3, it would be silent party sessions to boost the customer experience, where festival goers will go to a designated space with their headphones on, so it would be like silent disco. And 4, supercharged IV vitamin drip, which is a celebrity loved injection that is very safe and healthy to just boost stamina and strength while raving. and it's totally safe. Five would be wall of request. So the wall of request, it's just a plain whiteboard where festival goers can write down the artists they want to see in the next 3 or 4 fest. Six would be drone water spray. Since Bangkok is very humid, therefore dispensing water drone spray from the air can alleviate heat, stress, and also allow for a much more enjoyable festival escapade. Seven would be additional internet connection. Seeing how there are so many people situated in a single location, which drives up huge amount of traffic, by providing internet connection, this could help alleviate frustrations and give a much more enjoyable festival experience.
So, if to talk about the success and failure, here there's 100% this big, huge success. We can say it's absolute perfection. Why? Because firstly, it's really difficult to to make. It was difficult to make. It was difficult to understand what kind of thing, what a kind of a benefit we can give for our festival to make it more colorful, more perfect compared with the others festivals, with the other projects. So actually, if to talk about the 384 fast, this is one of the best projects for our group. This is firstly what we can say. Secondly, why it's an absolute perfection. Firstly, we're having an income which is more than 120 million baht. So actually, it's 120,330,000 baht. Of course, it's not including the money we'll give for our hospitals, right, as a donation. However, it's a really huge amount. It's a really a lot. What we just even didn't expect. And if you just to talk about the musical festivals for last 6 years, we're right now in the top 5, the largest music festivals, compared with the others. We just made a kind of a huge revolution after the pandemic time, right? So the pandemic time, of course, it made a lot of troubles for all, and of course for the all type of the festival, tournaments, for different type of the events. It's just a kind of a really difficult time. It was a difficult time, can say like that. So of course, we made a lot of funds. We made a more funds. We made a more audience compare. All right. Kind of a people who just waited for the big event. We gave it to them, and it was a kind of a huge boom for them when they just knew about that our festival will be real. So many people were ready, just waiting for other type of a project, even we just didn't finish with that one. And of course, we're just planning to make a different type of the event in the near future. Why? Because it's successful. Why not? We can make it again. We can help with the donation for other organization. Probably we will think about the partnership with the other type of the companies which can help us to make our project, our festivals, our events better. And it's a many type of choices. However, we will probably change the country. We will probably even just change a continent, because the Asia part we already made it, and it's kind of a huge one. So this is all for our success, and thank you.
For the customer handover, what specific thing must you hand over to teach the customer? We will use the QR code. We display the important thing that the customer needs to know about the DX4 phase, like the government agreement, venue certifications, contact information, list of artists, and COVID-19 protocol, and also give the information to this customer to stay in the venue and safety in emergency situations, or the thing that they must follow the protocol, such as alarm system or fire protocol system.
For this slide, we will talk about customer handover and how will we perform the customer handover. We will handover by sending information and invitations to the QR code that we gave them already. In the invitation, we will give them the link to the Zoom meeting that we will set it up in 1 week after the phase4 has done. And the meeting that we will set up is not very large, and the atmosphere in the ceremony, we will talk about the festival and that we have done and what happened during the operation. And that is for this presentation. Me, 30 Watt, and all of my friends gonna say thank you to Arjan to listening to us, and goodbye.